Hi, welcome to my video case study submission for Office Space. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so starting off with Inditex strengths, there is a very clear understanding of responsibilities. They're a software company, so of course there's gonna be a bunch of IT people. They understand what they're doing on a day-to-day basis. They know what they're there to, like what the products are there to produce and things like that. And they also have a very sound hierarchical structure. You know exactly who you report to, and you know who they report to. There's no confusion on who is like your who is your boss. You know exactly who to go to if there's an issue and things like that. So going with their weaknesses, definitely a very huge culture of micromanagement. Um, as you can see, Bill, he wants to know exactly what you're doing at all times. At the beginning of the movie with the TCS reports, and our main character didn't put the cover on it. He like the our main character knew he made a mistake and he fixed it, but everyone was kind of on him about fixing his mistake. So a very big culture of micromanagement. Also a very big culture of resistance to change. They do things by the books. They do things in the way that they've always done. There's no opportunities for change or innovation. And of course, a very big amount of lack of employee engagement. Employees are not happy to be there literally in the first like 30 minutes of the movie. Um, our main character and two of his coworkers, his buddies, literally like left the office and it was like 9:30, not even 9:30 probably. So of course employees are not happy to be there if they're finding any excuse to get out of the office, especially when the day just started. So kind of going off of that, employee engagement rating, very low, very low. On a scale of 1 to 10, 3 at most. People are not happy to be there. Of course, there are like exceptions to that. Of course, there are people that are happy to be there, but of course, our three main trio, they're not happy to be there. They are seen going to work not happy. So, what can we do to change our employee engagement? Uh, so starting off with changes to employees' quality of life. Uh, as a VP, we could work to create a more open and welcoming office environment. So the office layout, a bunch of cubicles. I feel like cubicles kind of create a vibe. I understand like they are important because privacy is important during the workday, especially like if you're in like a bunch of meetings, you want privacy. But sometimes like too much privacy can kind of create a division between employees. So since they have a bunch of cubicles, maybe incorporate more employee team building activities. They can also increase employee recognition programs, understand employees, so employees can understand that their work has meaning and also have more supportive leadership. As I mentioned earlier, there's a very big culture of micromanagement. So it's important for managers to understand like their leadership actually impacts their employees and how engaged employees are. Changes to the work environment, employee autonomy. Everyone works different, so it's important for managers and employees to understand how they work and how best they can um, highlight their strengths. So with employee autonomy, it's important for employees to understand like what their strengths are and how they can use those strengths to further increase organization success. And it's also important for managers to understand employee strengths and understand what motivates them. So really just employees having that sense of autonomy and like knowing how they can do their work on an individual basis. Of course, also increased access to resources. If an employer is struggling, they should be able to reach out to someone, of course, like they're higher up, and also be able to look across the company, see like what can I do to fix my current circumstances at this company, and also a sense of accomplishment, making sure that employees feel good about what they're doing, and when they do complete a task, like make sure that they're rewarded for it, not just because like it's their job, but like, because they enjoy it. Changes to employee relationships. Employees, opportunities for employee connection. As I mentioned earlier, the cubicles kind of created a divide amongst employees. Everyone kind of had their own like niche group. And I feel like that kind of increases to like employee like division amongst employees. Definitely creating opportunities for employee team, like so for employees and team buildings and things like that. And also chances for employee leadership team building. Employees and leadership definitely need to be working hand in hand. And it's not a me versus them, it's us versus the problem. And I feel like within the movie, there's a lot of like issues between employees and leadership. Changes to opportunities, more career growth opportunities. So it took a consultant to recognize the growth um potential of our main character. So it should not take an outside consultant to recognize that. Internal managers should be able to see the potential within their own employees and promote from there. Also increase training and development. You should not wait to recommend employees for training and development opportunities. It should be constantly advertised and kind of like shown to the employees that there is a chance of growth within the company, and of also employee wellness groups. Um, just having so employees can have a chance to fellowship with one another, and also employees that have like similar backgrounds too. So yeah, and changes to total rewards. All employees are paid fairly and not just managers. I noticed a big theme was like kind of like the wealth distribution. Our manager had a Porsche and had like a nice like parking spot right in the front, while everyone had to like walk super far and had like kind of like mm, kind of average cars. I feel like that's also like kind of like shows like the inequality between management and just regular employees. I feel like if you want an employee to like fully be engaged, there should be uh um fair I'm having a brain fart right now. I cannot think of the word. Fair compensation across all levels. Changes to company practices. So incorporate employee fairness in all aspects of the company. So making sure that managers are, yes, of course they're managing, but also like they're still treating their employees like people. They're not just some number in a company to continue to churn revenue. um, Making sure that managers understand that all across the company that everyone is treated fairly, managers and just regular employees. And managers undergo sensitivity training. So not exactly sensitivity training, but also to understand, like as I said earlier, employees are people, not just numbers that are there to like turn revenue. Making sure managers understand the importance of supporting their employees and how they can be the best manager for their employees and really motivate them, and also creating assessments for employee engagement. So if we want to see why and like what's going on. Like we see our employees aren't happy. What exactly is causing that unhappiness, and how can we change that, and not bringing in like outside people that don't know our company, aren't familiar with what we do on a day-to-day basis. So as a manager, and what like just really looking at our company from from the inside, not the outside looking in, because we know our company best, and it's up to us to fully create that spirit of fairness for everyone. So how to inspire employees? Ensure employees understand that they are valued. If this is the manager's role, especially managers need to motivate their employees to have the best results for everyone, and also recognize employees for a job well done. And like I mentioned earlier, employee recognition programs, making sure that employees know that their work is valued, and work value. So this is more so on like the employees part, making sure that they understand that their work has meaning, not just doing these monotonous tasks just to do it. Their work directly ties into the company's overall success. And that is all. Thanks for listening. I really enjoyed watching the movie, and I hope you enjoyed my presentation. Thanks.